Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Hey there guys, today's going to be a quick video. Just wanted to talk about something I've been seeing all over the place and saw in a recent Jordan Peterson debate. That's the idea of biological sex. Not talking about gender, but biological sex.
The issue of so-called non-traditional pronouns goes together with non-traditional gender identities. New York City, for example, recognizes 31 such gender expressions. In other words, besides man and woman, there are 29 other gender expressions. For example, pangender, queer gender, gender fluid, cross-dresser, bigendered, gender blender, and the list goes on. And Nicholas, this is where I want to bring you into the discussion because you teach this. You teach trans studies. So if you would, give us a brief primer on so many gender identities that, in your view, require non-traditional pronouns.
Basically, it's not correct that there is such a thing as biological sex. And I'm a historian of medicine. I can unpack that for you at great length if you want, but in the interest of time, I won't.
Dripping with autism.
So that's a very popular misconception. So essentially, when in my transgender studies classes, what we're doing is looking at actual research and identifying ways that current social issues related to trans people or things that are associated with trans, such as free speech arguments and claims.
I don't know what you mean by that. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Oh, for crying out, he's got some kind of disability or something. Is that what you want us to say? I do? Well, the doy, son.
How that connects to the way that people are thinking, the way that research has been framed, the histories
Give
of
us some of the other pronouns that one would hear, typically.
I don't focus on pronouns because pronouns are actually part of a cisnormative culture. So what we do is learn about...
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yes, I was just about to explain.
Good.
So we don't start from a cisnormative perspective because that can't actually go very far.
What does cisnormative mean?
So I'm going to start us there. Cisnormative is basically the very popular idea and assumption that most people probably have, and definitely that our structures convey, that there is such a thing as male and female, that they connect to being a girl or a boy or a man or a woman, and then sometimes that will also recognize intersex or trans people or transsexual people, as you mentioned, because that's sometimes also referred to as a gender binary. So anything that fits within a gender binary can work within cisnormativity.
Okay.
But cisnormativity is basically that everyone assumes that there is male and female.
Got a good brain.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
And so very little is actually looked at to understand what's actually the case. And scientists have been doing this for at least over 50 years.
That's a clever retort.
Biological sex is the sex we are assigned at childbirth based on our genetic makeup as well as our reproductive organs. Now, males have a penis and testes, whereas females have a vagina and ovaries.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
Males also have a prostate, whereas females do not have a prostate. The male chromosome makeup is XY, whereas the female chromosome makeup is XX. We're not talking about genders here. Biologically, there are some huge imperatives and differences that make the criteria for what is a male and what is a female. Now, the professor in this previous clip that I showed you guys, he is trying to say biological sex is also a social construct. It's not, and you're a crazy person. There is so many differences between male and females that your mindset of, oh, I'll show you proof, but not right now, is ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but biological sex does exist. It is a fact of science, and anyone who begs to differ, do a little research. You either have XY or XX, potentially, I know you're going to say this, intersex. These are genetic mutations, and environmental toxins can cause this in about 1 in 1,500 to 1 in 2,000 individuals. Now, when this occurs, they bring in a specific person to differentiate what sex they are at birth. So if they are showing more characteristics towards male, then they get deemed a male. If they're showing more characteristics towards a female, then they are deemed a female. Intersex separated, it's its own thing. and genetic mutations are what cause this. But in the perfect environment where you're trying to say and bring gender and biological sex into play with each other, it's not the same thing. Gender can be a social construct and can come from, dysphoria and other things mentally. Whereas biologically, you are either male, female, or intersex in those 1 in 2,000 people. Scientific evidence and biology evidence show this. So to counter science in this regard, you can't. There is intersex and those do occur, and it is rare. It could be some sort of minor defect, other things, genetically, at the chromosomal level. This does not mean that it is the consistent, reoccurring thing. You see it in animals. There are male and female animals. So to say that it is a social construct, you are fucking crazy. And I am sorry, Mr. Gender Studies Professor, who is apparently also a medical professional. No, you're not. Stop making stuff up. Thank you for watching my video today, guys. You know what? Got a Facebook now, so go like the page. It is Real AGluck, or if you just search AGluck, it should pop up. Also, Instagram, it is @Real AGluck. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. Please subscribe and throw a like on the video. Thank you, and have a great night, guys. This is AGluck, and that's the way biological sex is.